the bell, and away they go. Hey, YouTubers, we are live. This is Surface Geeks. We're going to do show 79. I put in the description it's all about that bass. Actually, all about that band. About that band. No Nabu. Nabu. I don't know what the new band is called. We'll talk about it. And Jim, I've got something to share to you about my band and the reason.
Oh,
I
Naked
don't
Arm.
have it on.
Naked Arm. I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah.
We had a lengthy discussion over on Open Mic Night about the band. Mike Uyghur had me on his podcast, and we talked about the band. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Put to a bunch of Mac guys. That was fun. And he has a call-in. So we had guys calling in.
Nice.
They were pissed. There's all these Mac guys, and they got a Microsoft MVP on there talking about the band, and they were pissed.
Nice. That's cool.
It was great.
Get me out there. I want to talk some Windows Phone to these guys.
It was great. It was great. Yeah.
Well, hey, everybody live in the chat room. Thanks a bunch. If you are watching on YouTube, hey, we're usually every other Wednesday night. You can find us at surfacegeeks.net or .com. Pick your poison. And follow on Twitter. So Surface Geeks on Twitter, and you will know when we are rolling out with the live show. So we got a lot of notes for you. I'm going to start the audio recording. We got so much going on over here. Way too much going on. Were you going to show that Nebraska stuff back there? On your Surface?
It's cricket.
It's cricket.
It's cricket.
Black Friday. Okay. Sorry, YouTubers. Hey, if you want to chat with us over at surfacegeeks.net/live, got a live chat room. You can chat back and forth. Let me know if you have any questions about the show, and we can respond. We watch that all the time. If you are watching later on Surface Geeks, then hey, nothing better than getting out into the forums at surfacegeeks.net. A great forum over there. And if you are a band fan, you're a band geek, we have smartwareforums.com. Head over there. All right, let's get rolling. Welcome to Surface Geeks, episode number 79, recorded on December 3rd, 2014. It's all about that band. Welcome back to Surface Geeks. I'm your host, David McCabe, joined by Mr. Jim Collison. How are you doing tonight, Jim?
Greetings, Dave. Happy Wednesday evening to you.
It is happy Wednesday. It's happy December. It's 1 month.
Unbelievable.
I know. It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy. 1 month until CES, and we're going to jump right into the stuff because I've got a lot of stuff to share with you guys tonight. If you remember, we are a podcast. We are a member of the geeksnetwork.com. Head over to the geeksnetwork.com. Jim and I have built a nice little website that's just here it is. Here's the podcast in the network. Here's the forums in the network, and you can subscribe to each and every one of them from that page. And if you have a podcast buried deep within inside of you, you know you love this one little thing, right? This one little widget. Trust me, it can be a great show. I think that you should contact me. So podcast at homeservershow.com or podcast at surfacegeeks.net. I usually find email there. Also, the TGN. We also have the need for some admin help, and we have the need for some moderators and posts. Jim's got his.
Right there. There it is.
Oh, I had the camera on you, Jim. So the video is on Jim this whole time. Damn rookies. So thegeeksnetwork.com. Yeah, you're all messing with your Surface back there.
That's right. That's right. It is the Surface Geek Show.
Who is this guy? So smartwareforums.com and homeautomationforums.com, or you can do short haforums.com. These forums need your help. We're trying to get these things rolling. We've got great ideas. I mean, these are great topics. Great ideas. They just need posts in them to get that SEO churning, to get things going, and to get those up and running. The pay is horrible, but you can get in on the ground floor of some really great times. You know, we built Home Server Show community, and we built Surface Geeks forums, and they're great, and they're up and running. They're really fun, and you can be a part of that as well. So let me know. Okay, Jim, CES. I mean, it's around the corner.
It's a month.
I have to discuss it. I'm going. I don't think you're going.
No, I couldn't really pull it off this year. January's just going to be too busy for me.
Okay. So now, you guys that have just got onto this podcast, last year I got snowed in. I missed CES, and I was going to do some live video uploads. I wasn't going to do live podcasting, but I was going to do some live uploads, meaning I take a video, and then I mix it up, and then I upload it right there. You know, even from show floor. I didn't get to do that, and I told myself this year I'm not doing anything. I'm just going out, and I'm going to meet and greet and talk and chat and have a good time. So every week I change. I add a little more, Jim. I'm like, well, maybe I can shoot some video.
Kind of like a meetup, you mean? What happens every year?
Add a meetup. And then today I'm like, well, maybe I could do a little live video, just a little. So I'm going to let you guys feed back to me. Let me know on Twitter. Let me know on the forums. Email me. What would you like to see? If you're available Sunday night, could you sit, you guys listening, could you sit on Sunday and just have some fun? Some live video from Las Vegas, maybe? Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night? You tell me. You tell me. We could try to get Jim in, and we could try to do something.
Yeah, evenings would probably be open. Monday nights are Cyber Frontiers, so we'd have to break in for that, but might be a great way to introduce some folks to Cyber Frontiers as well.
Sure.
But yeah, we could probably in the evenings, maybe 1 or 2 hours worth, Dave. That probably, maybe 3 if we stretch it. That wouldn't be bad. Those nights, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, 2 years ago, we did all day. We did all day. You guys just sent me booth to booth to booth, and I would jump on live, and you guys would hit me with questions. We had people rotating in. We had a great time. It's just we didn't have a whole lot of exposure. Not a lot of people knew about our product. We have a great product. We have fun with it. And I turn into this weird, on-the-go, in-your-face type roving reporter when I'm in Vegas at CES. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've interviewed Elvis, and I know how to work a line. I know how to work a crowd. I know how to get in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. I know how to crawl under things. I know what I'm doing when I hit the show floor, Jim.
Yeah, no, it's good. We get some good stuff from you.
And so we had a good time. 2 years ago, we did a little ceremony at the old Microsoft booth space. Mm-hmm. We put a sticker on the floor. I don't know if that sticker is still there.
Might be.
We'll go look. I'll go pulling up carpets and see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to head straight into the show. Don't forget, this show is sponsored by Ears. Now I know you think, okay, think about it. Ears and Surface. You know those little things on the Surface 2 and the Surface Pro and the Surface Pro 2. They're little ears that cup onto the device and amplify the sound. I'm going to tell you about those tonight. We are sponsored by that great little product, and it's very affordable. It's like $12, $11.85 to be exact. But I'll tell you a little bit about that later in the show. Pleased to have a perfect sponsor for Surface Geeks, and I think this is going to work out. Okay, Band Geeks update. Jim, I have something I need to
Wait a minute, where is it, Dave? Where'd it go?
Okay. It's not by choice. Let me tell you this. It's not by choice. I traveled for Thanksgiving. I wear it religiously, Jim. Religiously, I wear this thing. I have not missed a day with my band since it came out. I went and got it the very day it came out. It was October 30. But traveled back home from Thanksgiving, and I left the power cord in Chicago.
Oh.
So it lasted another day and a half, and
Yeah, they won't go long.
it died.
Yeah.
So here's my plan. I'm going to try to publish this show tomorrow, and then I'm going to head up to the local Microsoft store and try to buy a power cord. They're probably going to look at me really funny, but I got to buy a power cord. And maybe I'll take my dead band up there, and maybe they'll have pity upon me.
Some quick charging for you?
And sell me something to power my band. I hope they have something.
They're selling those separately. I thought those were
$20.
Oh,
I've heard.
Okay. Well,
I'd rather not pay $20, but
right.
So be it. I gotta have a power cord. If anybody from Microsoft is listening, I don't want a free one, but I want to talk to you. Band people, band geeks. If you know a band geek within your Microsoft community, I would love to talk to Band Geeks podcast at homeservershow.com. Talk to me. All right. Now I'm going to give you a story, Jim. On my phone, I run Microsoft Health. 2 weeks ago, I also started running an app called, actually more than 2 weeks ago. I linked it like 5 weeks ago. MyFitnessPal. You heard of this MyFitnessPal, Jim?
Oh yeah, it's big.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It diaries your calories. You put in it what you had for breakfast. Taco.
Yep.
4,000 calories. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jim. I hate to admit this. I'm going to admit some very personal data to you. I was ignorant about caloric intake.
What you were taking in and how many calories it actually was.
How many calories my daily donut?
It's pretty brutal. Yeah, if you're the average American and you actually track what you're eating, you would be appalled at how many calories it is.
Appalled. You would shat yourself. I used to have like a McDonald's Coke in the morning.
Oh.
McDonald's Coke in the afternoon. It's 300 calories each. That's a meal. You were peeing out a meal.
Yeah.
600 calories. Okay, so this thing allots me 1,900 calories. Jim, I can eat 1,900 calories before breakfast.
Yeah, 1,900 is a little aggressive, right? I mean, 22 to 24 is what most people can actually kind of hold to, but 19's pretty thin.
Okay, so this was my goal. This was my goal. Now, let me tell you something. Here's the personal data. I was getting to be a fat body. I was rounding.
We were talking about that last time we were together, both of us.
I was sagging. Yeah. Jim, when I was in Seattle with you, I was 196.4 pounds. I was almost 200 pounds. This is coming from the kid that used to be skinny and 150 pounds, and when the wind would blow, I would like take 2 steps backwards. 196.4. Yesterday, well, let me just say, I started this thing. I started MyFitnessPal, logging and being aggressive. I've been aggressive, Jim. I've been an a-hole. I've been hungry. I could eat my phone.
Hangry is the word.
Hangry. I've been very hangry. Yes. But I tell you what, I've been feeling good. And the last couple of days, I've been on just like maintenance mode. I've probably been hitting my number, maybe a little over. Tonight was taco night, and I've been over it, and I have a headache. Already have a headache. 183 pounds.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good move.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, I've gone from 196.4 to 183.0. And I wouldn't do it if it weren't for that little band, the band of love, on my wrist. And I've been using that, and I've been putting in my meals.
Yeah.
I've been eating a lot of Wendy's salad. Let me tell you that.
And that's not great either. There's other things that, salads. Everybody diets on a salad.
Yeah, but
it's terrible. There's nothing nutritional about a salad.
No, but I put my chicken in it. I put my
Yeah. Oh,
cranberries
good.
in it,
Good.
you know,
Good. 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 Yeah.
some small amount of
Some
nuts for
protein.
protein.
Yeah.
And if we're having hamburgers, Jim, I have a turkey burger. If we're having tacos, I have a turkey taco, whatever you call them, traco. And I've been having fun with it. I've been
Yeah. Yeah.
gamifying the
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah. No,
And,
it's very
and guess
successful
what?
that way.
Guess what? This is zero exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Zero exercise. I did calisthenics for about 6 minutes with the band on, and I worked out about 70 calories.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured it out that if I want to have a fun-sized Snicker bar, I'll do calisthenics for about 5 to 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll go have my fun-sized Snicker bar.
Yeah, one of the mistakes a lot of people make when they first start trying to do this, and going into the new year, everybody's thinking about that. And guys, we're not the lightest people in the world. I've seen some of you. Okay, we're not the lightest people in the world, right? And everybody gets crazy on exercise, and really exercise is a mere 10% of the what you do from a calorie perspective. You could work out for 2 hours and eat that in about 10 minutes. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's food that makes the difference. And this is what I like about this, what you're doing here, is you got that band, it's reminding you, it's setting goals, it's syncing to the phone, it's giving you the steps things by itself. While we say that fitness is not the be all end all, it's good for your heart. If you're eating right and you're not exercising your heart, that's still bad. So you want to get up and move around, get that body moving every once in a while. The things I like about the band is it reminds you to do that. It gives you this goal every day, and you got to look at it and go, oh man, actually need to do something. I should probably get my butt up and get something done. So it's not about exercise, so to speak. It's about what you eat. I think these bands will work great when we get that priority set right. And it sounds like you've figured that out, right? It's more about the food than it is about the exercise.
If it could just if I pick up a slice of pepperoni, if it could just shock the piss out of me, I would really pay extra for that.
That would be awesome.
I would.
A picture of something, and it sees, because it's got the camera down, and just before you go to pick it up, that's the
slice. No, don't do it, please. There's a carrot.
Okay, exactly.
I'm eating the carrot.
Pick up a carrot, Jack Ball.
Fat boy. So no, I've been having fun. I went out to my freezer. There's a Paul Newman pizza out there. I love Paul Newman, thin, crispy, pepperoni pizza, and it makes me think. So I look at it and 300 calories.
Yeah.
I can eat this pizza. And I see serving size is 4. I'm like, 1,200 calories. Shoot.
Yeah.
So that's what used to be my lunch.
Right.
It was 1,200 calories in this pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably have some chips and a Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have a Snickers bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
well, I think people can take it in steps too, right? You can, soda is one of the easiest things to get rid of.
Oh yeah.
And you can drop that quick, and then look at the after meal snacks that you do, and then start looking at the meals. So you can kind of take that in phases.
You can definitely. It makes you. It gets you heads up. It makes you look at the package, and it makes you hopefully make a better decision about the kind of crap you're putting in your body. I mean, I could have that pizza meal after having, a couple of donuts in the morning, or a couple cinnamon rolls, and a couple coffees. So I've moved to Diet Coke. I freaking hate it. I just want to spew it every time.
I just
drink
wipe
it.
out. Dave, even Diet Coke's not great for you. There's a lot of chemicals in there. I just wipe out that Coke altogether. Find a better alternative.
But I'm stepping down.
Yeah,
right?
good.
I'm stepping down.
Good. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm off of cigarettes. I'm on to cigars, and I'll be on like Uncle Buck. I don't know. That's a old movie.
No, it's good though. Those decisions are all good ones. It's the time of the year that we're all making those kinds of decisions, and I think the point is put technology in your favor, right? Buy those things from a technology perspective that help you make better decisions, whatever that might be. And I think the band's a nice way to do that.
If it weren't for the band, I would not be doing this. And in fact, Microsoft, I had to buy a Fitbit for my wife because you don't have enough bands. So I bought a competing product because you don't have the band.
Are they still out at your store?
Yes. I think they're out everywhere.
Dude, let me know, and I'll check Omaha. If you get in that situation, Omaha, we've had some. So
just call tomorrow, Jim.
Well, yeah, Next time I'm thinking about it, I'll stop by and see if they got
Yes, please. So that's my story about band. I still want to talk to someone from Microsoft. I still have questions.
Yeah, like
The
make cheaper chargers.
196.4 to 183. Now I've gone. I'm stair stepping. I shouldn't be checking the scale every day, but I'll go back and I'm gonna hit it. I'm trying to hit it hard so I can lose all this cruft that I've got built up on my body, and then I'm gonna go into it like a maintenance mode.
Yeah.
I want 175. That's my goal. I'd
Oh,
like to
good.
go to CES at 175.
Well, it's finding that lifestyle balance, right? That because you can go up and down. I do this every year. I go in the winter, I go down, which everybody else goes up. I go down because I work out more. I watch my caloric intake more, those kinds of things. By May, I'm running half marathons, and I'm down. I'm down to my running weight. I love it. I feel good. I do a bunch of running in the spring. Summer comes, and I drink a lot of this.
I
you
drink
know,
some beers. Yeah.
and I'm outside barbecuing. And it's just tough, right? Summers, and I'm not a hot weather guy, so I hunker down here in the basement and work on home servers and fall comes around. I'm like, man, I'm a fat bastard. And so then I mean, we met when we met for a meetup, and I'm like, oh man, I think both of us said at meetup, we're like, wow, we put
Yeah.
on some weight, and so use that technology to your favor.
Yeah. It's good. It's good stuff. All right, so we just survived Black Friday. I got to throw it out there to everybody listening. Did you get anything cool? Did you pick up a tablet? Did you get a Surface? Share with me in the forums. I'd love to know what you got, and I'll tell you what I was about to do. Jim, did you do anything fun?
Yeah, so while you're looking that up, I picked up this. This has been floating its way around the community. This is that SanDisk 240 Ultra 2. It was $85, $79, something like that. I picked up that on Black Friday. This is going to go in the home server. We're going to talk about this next week on Home Server Show when we come back around to it. I did a bunch of server stuff over the holidays. Traditionally, Thanksgiving has been my server time. That's if I'm going to rebuild anything. I got 4 days to do it in, and so we're rebuilding the home server. But this is going to go in as the OS drive for my new home server. So that was my big, and I did get a good Black Friday deal on a Surface keyboard and cover for my daughter. I have that Surface 2 that I passed down to her, and I got her this sweet faux leather purple cover with a keyboard on it at like $35. And I looked for the type covers for that. And they're still like the cheapest one I could get still like $80. And I was just like, I'm gonna go with this one and for her, and she wants the color anyways. I couldn't get it in purple on the other side, so that really worked out. Really nice deal. It's sitting at work right now, but $35.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad to
cool.
see.
I shouldn't have said that so loud. She's probably in the other room, and now she knows.
They're watching TV. I'm glad you're still using the Surface 2.
Yeah,
The RT.
she loves it.
Yeah, my RT is driving this big screen behind me,
Mm-hmm.
and I have my Surface 2 over on a review table over here. So this is kind of like my lab, my office. So when I'm doing a video or a review or something, I have the Surface 2 in front of me with information, and that way I don't have to go get something. So I just have tablets on each side of the room. If I'm over on this side or I'm over on that side, I don't have to move things around. It's just I really like it. I really enjoy it. I almost bought was it Microsoft Store or somebody? I think maybe in Microsoft Store had a deal for a 4K monitor. It was a Dell. I think it was like $300 for a Dell 4K, and I was reading on it. I was going to do it. I was just like going to pull the trigger. I'm like, I've got the boxes for these 1080p monitors. I've got two 28-inch 1080p monitors, and this would have been a 30-inch 4K monitor. And I was just going to go with that. I thought, man, that's going to look great. And I started reading about it, and it was like, the refresh on it, and you could see it had mouse hesitation when you move the mouse around, and I was like, they said if you had
Did you
trouble
go out and
reading,
check it out? You will go to the store and test
I
drive
did
it?
not. I just read about
Read
it, and
reviews.
I didn't pull the trigger because I thought maybe it's a little too soon for me. My eyes are getting bad, and I can't see some small things, and I thought, man, I'm just gonna stick it out with this. So Almost. I picked up 2 USB sticks. So Black Friday,
Oh,
Cyber Monday cost me $8, and I got two 8 gig sticks.
I did pop into the Shack. We have a Radio Shack
Did you
close
do
by.
that?
I
I
got
put it on the forums.
the 16 gig, the
It was
16 gig recorder.
$4.99.
Here it is right here. Yeah, a
Yeah.
little scan disc, right? And the guy, it's just like 3 in the afternoon, and the guy says, "Hey, you're one of the first 50 today. You get some free gloves." And I'm like, 3 in the afternoon, and I almost laughed at him. I mean, I was like, "Come on, dude, are we doing that poorly?" I didn't say that. I said, "So, been kind of a slow day, huh?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, we had no one show up this morning." I'm like, "What time did you open?" And they're like 6 o'clock.
Oh
And
my
I'm
God.
like, "Oh man, you guys sat here for 3 hours while no one came in." Could you imagine how like unmotivating that would be in
Yeah.
retail to sit
Oh,
there while nobody shows? You got all this stuff to sell. They had all kinds of gadgets in there,
oh yeah.
but
And actually, the Shack had some good stuff on sale and some
yeah,
good
no,
pricing.
this was I needed a 16 gig. The biggest I'd had is an 8, and it wasn't working booting. I was trying to boot up the server, and it wasn't working anymore. And so I went down there, picked it up, used the Windows 7 tool to put Windows
I've
Server
had trouble
12.
booting some of the SanDisk 8s. So I have
Yeah.
not tried the two that
No, my
I
P and Y ones just quit working altogether booting. They just would not. They
I've had
wouldn't
trouble
handle HP one
everything.
too. Yeah.
I can't remember. I've got some Lexars here. I put my Surface recovery drives on them. That's one of the reasons I haven't gone to Win 10 on one of my Surfaces, but we'll talk about that in a
Yeah.
minute. So
Yeah.
awesome. So if you picked up anything at Black Friday and you think it's cool, please share it with me. Head out into the forums. Love to talk with you.
Yeah. Griff said he picked up an Xbox One controller with a charging kit for $48 shipped. It's not too bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
I went to Walmart and I saw a lot of Xboxes under people's. Did you say the what?
Walmart was horrible. We went to
Oh,
Walmart Thursday night on Thanksgiving. Did you go like you went like
yeah,
in
Thursday
a
night, man.
Thursday night at what time? Like 6 or
Yeah, it's six
when they
o'clock
open?
because there was a big bucket of Legos. Shh, my kids aren't listening. Big bucket of Legos, box of Legos, and I wanted that for my boys.
Yeah. They were running a $250 deal on a was it Asus or something like that laptop touchscreen.
Mhm. I saw a lot of people with
Yeah,
laptops. Oh
yeah,
my God, iPad
yeah,
minis were just
yeah,
flying
and,
out of the door, and
yeah,
Xboxes. A lot of 360s. I saw
yeah.
tons of 360s.
And those were cheap, right? Those
Yeah,
were
like
100 and something, 179
12.
or something. Yeah.
I don't know.
Are they still making 360s?
They do. They were selling like crazy. Tons of them. Tons
Yeah.
of them.
It was crazy. I've never been out to Walmart on a Black Friday, and I was over at a friend's house. We're having Thanksgiving dinner, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll drive you down there." Oh my God, it was horrific. It was just people, wall to wall people in there.
Oh, it's wall to wall, but
I
it
know.
wasn't that bad. I didn't have to hit anybody this year. I got my Hot Wheels and my Legos.
Good deal. Yeah, it was crazy. They had some good deals for sure. And what cracked me up is they had these deals every hour, every 2 hours or something like that. And so
Yeah.
they have these piles of things, and they were covered with saran wrap or whatever you call it stuff. And there's people just hovering, like holding on to the pile, like I'm claiming this part of the pile. I was like,
Yeah.
unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah, chat room. Doggy just said there's a 30-inch HP on Woot right now. And yeah, it's $650. Yikes, I wasn't really ready to spend $650. So let's move on to Surface, NFL, and Surface. Everybody, I just assumed everybody knew it was a Surface Pro 2 that's on the sidelines. And because you see Surface Pro 3 in the booth
Mm-hmm.
holding up the iPads that the guys are talking that are sitting there. But actually in use on the field is Surface Pro 2. And NeoWin.net had a nice little rundown of how they're using it and talking about it. And we were at Summit in Redmond, and we got to actually see one of the Surface Pro 2s that was designed for the NFL, and they're really cool. And can't go into all the details about it, but if you look at neowin.net, they pretty much tell you all the details. So I guess it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not NDA anymore, but I'll put that link in the show notes. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Time Magazine calls the Surface Pro 3 the best in 2014. It's the tablet that replaces laptops. So they've got like a top 20 or top 25 list or something, and Surface Pro 3 is on the top of that list as a device. So I thought that was really cool. And Jim, we were just talking about the USB sticks, and I have a buttload of USB sticks. And before I went to Summit, I was going to put Windows 10 on the Surface Pro 3. So not trusting myself, I did a recovery disk, but I also went out to the Microsoft site and under Surface support, I downloaded the Microsoft Restore image for the Surface Pro 3. Now, it's pretty cool here. So let's say here was one of my big things, and I did this with my Dell Venue Pro 8, is I did the backup, then I deleted the image, and I had trouble restoring it. I had so much trouble, in fact, that I claim that I will never, ever remove an image again. But I'm at that point, Jim, where I think that I'm comfortable with it. Like devices like this little 7-inch hunk of junk from Toshiba, it doesn't come with a lot of storage.
No, doesn't indeed. You got to wipe it out.
You got to blow you got to blow the restore partition. I am now comfortable blowing the partition on the Surface Pro 3 because I got that restore image downloaded straight from Microsoft. You throw that on a USB stick. Now, granted, you got to buy the right USB stick because some of my little cheapies, they don't like to boot these days. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
But
how big of a stick did you use?
I've used always 8s.
Okay.
So do I need to go to 16s?
I think just 16s are the cheapest right now. From that standpoint, I think 8 would be fine, but 16's pretty cheap.
At the Shack, I bought the $4.49
Mm-hmm.
8 gigs. Now they fit. You can do it in an 8 gig. It's just they haven't been the greatest at seeing to be able to boot. I don't know why.
It's probably worth buying a quality one as opposed to the $5 ones, that you get out there if you're going to back up your image. That's something I haven't thought about on my Surface. You've got me thinking now. I'm like, I should probably back that partition up. I haven't really, since I brought it home, I haven't really thought about backup. I'm not running. I haven't put it on the home server. I haven't done any of that stuff yet. So that's probably something I need to start thinking about.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's one of the first things I do. We got this little thing called Home Server Show.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about backups and stuff. So, yeah, throw it on a stick. At least you've got it on something.
Right.
And
label it, throw it in a drawer.
Yep. And I have a drawer full of sticks with every recovery image I've ever done. I could actually go back through and clean those up. I'll try to get a link out there for you, but that's official. That's a Microsoft thing, and it's really cool. You throw your serial number in there. It says, hey, that's a Surface Pro 3. It came with 8.1. Boom. Here's your image. So that is really, really cool. I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to go straight to something called music deals. Now, I heard this, to be honest with you, I first heard this on Windows Weekly, and I just made a note of it. Paul Thurrott was talking about music deals, an app for Windows. And you could go out there, and he said you could buy box sets for cheap. He said just cheap. And I didn't do this until probably 2 days ago.
Yeah, you missed on some good deals.
Xbox Music. I went out to Xbox Music. I didn't find it. And then I finally found the app called Music Deals. Yep. So it actually allowed me to refresh my Xbox Music because I am a subscriber. So I'm able to do that. And got the app called Music Deals. Go out in the Windows Store now. Search for Music Deals. And it's just an app that comes up with this just a couple of album covers. It said, here's what we have on sale. And I'm already seeing, I bought this. I paid $15 for the Disney Frozen Deluxe Edition. And I see it right in front of me now. Get it for $1 $0.99. There's 5 days left on that. I sound like one of those um,
Sound like one of those guys selling stuff.
on TV. We have 5 days left, or when if it runs out first on this beautiful mattress, or whatever they're selling. Look at this soundtracks: Toy Story, Pulp Fiction, Cars. I bought that for my children. Cars. Jim, I'm going to go out here and buy more because, well, here's the thing. I had like $6 in my Microsoft account from a gift card. I bought some box sets. I bought I can't even remember what I bought. A couple of cool box sets with like 80 songs in each one. Loved it. It's just all right, here we go. And I bought some albums, and they have freebies. You go out here and you click the holiday freebies,
Yeah,
and like
I'm looking
Imagine
at 'em right now.
Dragons.
Mhm.
Look at this album, Imagine Dragons. This album's free. This is a great album. 2011 Night Visions. It's a great album. ABBA.
You can get Tron Legacy out there.
If you'd like to do some ABBA. Evanescence. That's a little older. Sugarland. A little country.
Some Black Eyed Peas.
Miley Cyrus. If you'd like to do a little Miley Cyrus, yeah.
Now there was some earlier on. There was
Beatles
some
out
good
there.
'80s out here. I wonder if this is a new list.
It's rolled over, Jim, because here's the Black Eyed
Okay.
Peas.
Yeah, it must have. So,
And
yeah,
here's
no,
the
this
deal.
is.
So you touch one, the Marshall Mathers LP2, and you tap it, get it for free. It will launch Xbox Music, take you through the purchase of 0.00. You'll actually be buying something for $0, and boom, it'll start downloading. Now here's the other thing. I'm an Amazon Music guy. Everything I own is on Amazon. I use Cloud Player. The wife uses Cloud Player. Well, you're about to download your brand new album for 0.00, and you can take that directory and just drop it right into Amazon Cloud Player. It pushes it up.
Yep.
And you've got it like you normally have it. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't use Xbox Music, because Xbox Music is freaking good.
Mhm.
They've got stuff that none of these other guys have, and you can stream it for free. So I'm not saying don't check out Xbox Music, because I think you should. But the new Mary J. Blige, this is a 2014 album. It's 99 cents. Everybody's got to do this. I don't know why you're not doing it right now, all you people.
Yeah.
Must Have Rock, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Deluxe Edition, Blondie, Elvis Costello. I'm going to go broke, Jim. I'm going to buy
The best one I
all of
saw
these.
is All the Police out there for $2. All of their albums,
Are the
it's
box-
4 albums, $2.
I don't see
All the Police.
I don't see those box sets anymore.
Yeah, I think that one must have dropped off. That was too
Yeah.
bad. I think
I
that
was
was
gonna
one
get
of the.
that police one. I bought Kiss.
I actually had that
and
physical DVD. My wife bought that for me like 8 years ago on physical DVD at that point, so or CD. But I saw that in there. I'm like, oh, this is a good. If you like the Police, this is the full Police setup.
I bought a Sinatra box set, and it literally had 80 songs in it. 80 songs. Nirvana's first album, Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Actung Baby, U2.
By the way,
Oh,
I saw
$1.99.
somebody buy this album on my Amazon affiliate link, the Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix 1, Volume 1. Somebody bought that for $5 on Amazon. It's $2 here on the music deals.
Yeah. This is fantastic. Fantastic. And if you want to get Xbox Music for free, they got a 30-day free trial. 30-day free trial.
Yeah, give it a try. Mine just expired from, they gave that to us last year at Summit. We got a coupon or something. Somehow I got a free year of Xbox Music. And it just expired. And I was like, man, I didn't use that enough. I just did not log in enough. Part of it is I gave my Surface to my daughter, and then I kind of lost track of it. But I just did not use Xbox. I kind of forgot. I went in there and was checking some things. And on the Surface, even on the Surface Pro 3, all that music that I'd set up came back, and it was available to me, and you could stream it all. You just can't download it. You set that up in your library, and you stream it all. It's great.
Yeah. I also I uploaded all my music to Xbox Music. You do the same thing.
Mhm.
You point it at your directories and they'll match it, right?
Yeah, right.
And then you can stream your own stuff wherever you're at. It's just fantastic. Just freaking fantastic.
That's been good. That was a good
It's
find.
like a sleeper app that nobody really knows about, and I've got it on my Android phone. You know, you can get it anywhere. So
Right.
please do that. I'm gonna put a video in the feed in the show notes. It's a cool video for Surface Pro 3, and it was made by Adobe, and it's called, I forget what it's called. I should play this for
The
everybody.
video, the future of Adobe Creative Applications.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. I don't know if I could pump the audio
It'd be
through.
tough to play. Yeah.
I think don't doesn't the Google thing have
It
somewhere to
doesn't
do
work for,
that?
they can't see it. We see it, but they can't.
Right, but I thought I could play it through the capture. No,
I don't think so.
don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think they'd hear it.
YouTube. Watch YouTube videos together. Select an account. Okay. YouTube gadget would like to. Yeah. So I have a YouTube gadget.
Yep.
So is everybody seeing something?
You and I will be able to hear it, but they won't be able to.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it doesn't play. It doesn't broadcast for some whatever reason. I don't know why. Or I haven't done it in a while. Maybe it will. Give it a try. See what. Let's just try it live and see what it does.
Your mic is muted during playback. I don't even know how to add videos to playlists. Oh, okay. Let me try. I've got it here. So share, copy. Sorry, everybody, for
You'll need to share your screen for them to see it.
but I was playing it in the app. It wasn't playing. I don't know
Hmm.
why it wasn't.
I haven't never had very good luck using this on the podcast.
So I don't know why.
It's pretty cool. Drop the link in the show
Pause.
notes and
Yeah, I'll
have them
drop
go
the
and
link
look
in the
at
show
it. Yeah.
notes.
Be better quality that way anyways.
Okay. Let me yeah.
Some incredible vision to what Surface can be when we
Oh,
talk about
incredible. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know how. It's very forward looking. Very
Mhm.
forward looking. But it's still kind of cool to watch. Very
Hmm.
cool to watch.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, "Oh, I want to do stuff like that." They talk about shading, so you use the pen and you draw a line there and then you take your finger and you swipe it and it shades that. I see artists do this all the time with
Mhm.
when they use graphite and it was like, "Wow, that would be awesome." So some cool. That has been the number one thing, Dave, is I've taken the Surface to work and I've been showing it around and I'll say, "Yeah," and it does this really cool thing and I'll pull out the pen and I'll click it and it flips over to OneNote and they're like, "Oh," and then I start
Yep.
writing on it and they're like, "Whoa." Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
I've yet to commit to OneNote completely. I know a lot of people are probably going, "What?" But I'm trying.
Well, we're still in Google Docs for this. I'm with you. I've had a hard time using it for my podcast because my podcast infrastructure is so built on Google Plus.
Yeah,
It's been a tough switch.
I'm so old school. It takes me a
Yeah.
long time to move.
Yeah.
I'm a slow mover, very slow
Well,
mover.
all my Gallup stuff, all my Gallup podcasting is in OneNote. So because I started that later, when I started those podcasts a year and a half ago, year and a half ago, is that what I said?
Happening,
A year and a
happening.
half ago? It's a come and a go.
Yeah.
When I started that, I was like, hey, I'm going to start on OneNote with this from the very beginning, and we're going to force this into a OneNote environment. And so far, so good. So works on OneNote. The average guy stuff is all on Google Plus or Google Docs.
Awesome. I'm gonna skip the next one, and I'm gonna go straight to something I'm very, very happy to do. And I want to talk about ears. Now, ears is for the Microsoft Surface Pro or the Pro 2 or the Surface Surface RT, I call it, or the Surface 2. Now, you guys with Surface Pro 3, it's not for you. But listen up, because I want to, if you have a Surface 2 or you know someone who has a Surface 2, I have the perfect Christmas gift for you. This is called ears, and I'm going to put this on live video here as soon as I can figure out my screen. Where's screen share? I need to come back to and podcast a little more often. Here is you see that, Jim?
Yeah.
Ears for the
Yeah, you're
Surface,
good.
$11.85. This increases your dBm by 10. I mean, okay, so think of your Surface 2. It's got those side-firing speakers that I used to have it sitting on the table in front of me, and if I really needed to hear something or I wanted to jack up the volume, I would do my hands, Jim, and just cup them like this. Just make two little cups and put them behind. And I've done this with phones. I did it with my Surface 2 and my Surface Pro 2. And it would kind of amplify, do little mini amphitheaters and route the sound right back to you. Microsoft fixed this on Surface Pro 3, but they still have issues on Surface 2 and Surface Pro 2. So check out ears for the Microsoft Surface Pro. $11.85. You can get them in multiple colors. It directs the sound straight out of the Surface and right into your face. So it's perfect. No wires, no batteries, no kind of crazy stuff. You just get a little plastic holder that you can shove into your bag, and you get your ears that you can just slip right on when you need to use them. Okay, so here's the deal. I know that it's sometimes hard to tell your spouse or your family, this is what I want for Christmas. Someone could put this in my stocking, right? So I've set up something pretty easy for this advertiser and for you. So go to surfacegeeks.net/ears. That will take you straight to the Amazon page at $11.85. You can buy your ears, or you can send that link to your family and say, this is what I want in my stocking. This is what I want for Christmas. So grab me this. It's a great little gift. And the thing is, if you got kids or someone who has a Surface and they throw that in their bag, you probably need to get them a set of ears too. Increase your volume by 10 dB. Pick any color you almost can think of. It comes in some fantastic colors that matches all the keyboards, so you can kind of be all matchy-matchy. And again, you have trouble telling, you tell your wife, I need Surface Pro 2 ears. That'd be a great stocking stuffer. And they're like, what? What? Well, just text them. surfacegeeks.net/ears. Just text that around. surfacegeeks.net/ears. And you'll get, guaranteed you'll get ears in your stocking. Now, also, these guys are sponsoring the forums. They're sponsoring the blog, so there's some banner ads at the top of those. Pretty easy to go click. If they make a mistake, that banner ad will be at the top, and they go, oh, there's those ears. Click. Boom. You got your ears in your stocking. So please support Surface, support Surface Geeks, and this ad, and I'm very thankful to have these guys sponsor the show and sponsor the blog and sponsor the forums. I need a pair in, I think it's cyan. I like the cyan. That's blue for everybody out there that doesn't understand. Surface speak. Ears. surfacegeeks.net/ears. All right, I want to talk Windows 10 with you, Jim. And admittedly, I owe you some follow-up. A couple of podcasts ago, I said, no freaking way I'm putting Windows 10 on my Surface Pro 3. And then the next podcast, I said, "Yeah, I'll probably try it." That's par for the course with me. But no,
Mhm.
somebody contacted me and said, "Dave, put it on. You'll be fine. It's got some weird stuff here and there, but you'll be fine. Trust me. I know you. You'll be fine." So I said, "Okay, I'm going to do this." So I downloaded that recovery disk from Microsoft themselves, and I said, "I'll get it." And I'm happy to report to you that I guess I'm not happy to report to you. I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it. I haven't had time. For God's sakes, I have not had time. But I still want to do this. I want to do this. Now, here's the cool thing. I got a new i5 right here. This is going to be my desktop replacement. I'm serious this time. I know that I poo-pooed the i5 last time. I know I did. This one is going to be different. This one's sitting back here. It's got primo heat dissipating juice running throughout. It's going to be great. I know it. I just can almost feel it. Almost. So I'm going to run Windows 10 on my i3. I hope. I hope. I'm
Yeah,
going to do.
I think it'll be great. There are some weird things to it, but I think it's a good platform. In fact, I've been using Windows 10 so much on a laptop. The other day I was on Windows 8 and I was trying to do something like I would do on Windows 10. I'm like, where? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
shoot, I'm on
on
Windows
Windows
8.
10.
So yeah, it's
Yeah,
I
remember that with Windows 7 and XP? You go back to XP, you're like,
yeah,
oh, I
where is
like
that
this.
again? Where is that again?
I
So
functioned with this. How? I don't understand. Um, okay, I'm running it in a virtual machine. I
yep.
update it whenever it needs updating, but granted, that's not the same experience.
No,
It's
you
not.
really need to have it on a physical box.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, VMs are great. Don't get me wrong. I've got two of them. I have it running on both Azure and locally here in a VM. You got to have it on physical box. It is dynamite on a laptop. You just got to do it. You got to find one, beg, borrow, steal, do something. Get an extra laptop, put Windows 10 on.
Yeah. Yeah, do it. I'm thinking just go buy an HP Stream or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
you go get something and run it and have some fun with it. The latest build, I'm running it on this box right here. I have 9879, which I think is the latest build, but it has improvement updates to it. This is the build that broke OneDrive. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but OneDrive used to put placeholders in a folder, and it was a little pointer to the file. So you could look through and you could say, here's all those files and those pictures and all that stuff, and then you click on it. It would go out and get it and pull it down and open it up for you. It was never even on OneDrive. It was always right there. Well, they took that away, and it made a lot of people mad. So they're working that back, and I have not. Here's the thing with working in a VM is I haven't been able to use OneDrive like it should be used if you were using it on, say a daily driver or something of that. So they've got some updates on that. Going to put you a lot of links in the show notes. Here's what I would look at if I were considering Windows 10 right now. Mary Jo Foley also came out with what's next for Windows 10. And kind of everybody's kind of illuminating that Windows 10 is that big copy of Windows that's going to play on all the hardware spectrum. So that's really kind of cool. We're waiting for consumer preview. And Jim, I saw somebody had something they saw in like MSDN and they saw consumer preview. I need to, I'll have to take a look at that and see. I don't know. But someone's saying January 2015 is consumer preview because we're all looking at enterprise preview right now. So if I do put that on there, I'm going to have to end up wiping it and put the consumer preview on there.
Well, there's a Windows Technical Preview 9879, and then there's a Windows Technical Preview for Enterprise
Okay.
9879. That's probably what they're referring to on MSDN.
Okay. Um, Mary Jo Foley's referring to January technical preview instead of it being the consumer preview. And it's supposed to support the keyword continuum, and that allows you to use like a Surface Pro 3 a little more smartly. It'll have some smarts built into it when you put the keyboard on, take the keyboard off, and all that kind of good stuff. And so I've been trying to read the tea leaves about Windows Phone as well, and reading in some Windows 10 goodies inside of Windows Phone. So that's going to be kind of cool. I'm ready for that, and I'm kind of chomping at the bit actually. I'm really I'm almost at the point where I'm good to go with Windows Phone, but I need some new hardware, and I would love to have Windows it to be able to run Windows 10. I don't want to buy anything that's old. So I'm going to give you some links for that. I'm going to give you some links for how to fix the build so you can browse your OneDrive files from File Explorer in this Windows 10 build 9879. McKaken's Online has a fix for that, so there's a good fix for you. And someday soon, hopefully, I can blow away my VM and put it on this i3. I've got my i3 in my dock right here in front of me, and that's what I hope to use it on. Um, and I don't know. I've been busy, Jim. It's been
Yeah.
crazy.
No, it's good. There's a lot of things to do. This is the best time of the year to do this too, because we get a few holiday breaks during the Thanksgiving weekend. I sat in this chair a lot and worked on some things. We'll talk about those next week, but it does give time for a lot of our folks. I was chatting. My Twitter volume went way up because we were chatting back and forth with some folks as well as some emails. Guys have some time to do stuff, and so as you get into this Christmas season, if you're doing some stuff, jump into the forums wherever you are. Let us know what you're doing out there. We want to kind of hear about what kind of things you're trying, what kind of things you're doing. It'd be good to know. So this is the time of the year. Usually, a lot of people get a lot of time off around this, and trust me, you got to take a break from the family. Come on, there are times you just got to do it.
Right.
Just get away from the family,
Right.
get your nerd on, and let's hear what you're doing.
See, I've been traveling.
Yeah.
So I travel during Thanksgiving. I'm going to travel during Christmas, then I'll come back here for a week, and then boom, it's off to CES.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. This build 9879 has storage sense, which I've been chomping at the bit for, but it just allows you to. Storage sense is supposed to allow you to make some like smart decisions with storage. Now, my end goal for Microsoft would be put things on an SD card.
Mm-hmm.
Can I put things on my SD card, please? Not only my documents, my pictures, my videos, but apps, big stuff. I want to put big stuff out there. So if you go out to the Storage Sense now, it does allow you to change the location. I haven't tried it yet because I need to get it on something that actually has an SD card slot and say, hey, put my documents here, put my videos here. That is that's huge. That's huge for me. If you want these little hunk of junk 7-inchers, these 8-inchers, if you want people to use these and be happy with them, well, first you got to put a better screen on the thing. But it's got to have
Have you
more than.
broken that thing yet?
No, I keep trying, Jim. I'm never going to sell that now.
Such irreverence for 179. No, what was it? 119? What was it?
Yeah, $100.
That's tough.
Tough.
Yeah.
This is the toughest little dude. Okay, I put this in the forums. Here's my problem. Maybe one of you guys can fix this for me. This happens on Surface Pro 3 as well. I start streaming music from Xbox Music or Spotify or Amazon Cloud Player in a web browser or something like that. and I'm listening. It's fine. I sit it in this little mini dock, and it just play, 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 play. Then the screen blanks, and it stops playing.
Hmm.
It stops
Yeah,
playing.
it
Well,
does. It does.
if
Drives me nuts.
if I use this Fruity company makes this little 8-inch device that I really like, and its screen turns off, but it keeps playing my music,
Mhm.
and I can push my Fruity company music through my whole house. So that's what I need. I need a registry hack or someone to figure out what's going on and what I'm doing wrong, so I can and then it sleeps. So and then you got to start the whole process over. So
I had some trouble. I was listening to some music while I was putting the birds together on Thanksgiving, and it would do that. And then it would do some weird things with the with my network connection. Then when I tried join back in, it was not there, and it would, So I think they're aware of that problem. We talked a little bit about that before. So
it needs
yeah, they got it. They'll have to
it needs
issue
some
a
work.
fix. They'll have to
It needs
issue a
some work.
fix for that for sure. That is a huge limitation. Dave, I think what I'm going to do with OneDrive, especially with Office 365 and the kind of the unlimited, if you're really going to go away from physical servers or whatever, and you really want to go OneDrive for everything, I think I'm going to have to buy that multi-license account where I can have two IDs. I have two Microsoft IDs. One that I use for my production stuff and one I use for testing. So like for Windows 10, I use a separate Windows ID to log into that
Mm-hmm.
and take one of those extra licenses, and all the stuff that I would normally throw on a physical box for backup, or would go crash plan or whatever, would go to that account, because I want to use OneDrive with my regular account for just that stuff that I really do. I really think the syncing thing is the right thing to do, the direction they headed. I thought I'm in agreement. This thing with thumbnails is horribly confusing for the average person. It's terrible. You're not going to remember to sync that stuff. You're going to be on a plane. You're going to want it. You can't get it. That kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I think they're making the right decision here. It's too bad they're going back on it. That being said, again, if they give you all this data, and the devices are getting smaller, so they've got a problem. And I'm going to solve that problem by putting all that massive data in a whole nother account that I only sync with big, big desktop units if I'm going to do that. And even then, I'll probably shut it off because I just want that stuff to sit in the cloud, and be there when I need it. That's the only reason I can think of to have unlimited storage, is to put everything up there, right? And the terabytes and terabytes of data that I want to have access to. So
Right.
I don't want that stuff ever syncing with a desktop or a laptop anywhere. You almost have to have two separate accounts. I don't think you can do it with one. The average user is not going to go in and change the settings. It's just not going to happen.
Well,
You know,
I use on Windows 8 now. I use the selective sync. I'll sync this folder, but not these others.
yeah, but nobody else does that. We know to do that because we're in it.
I
I
like
think
that
if you
part
ask
of it.
well, yeah, maybe there's a flip, right? Maybe it would be great if they did both, right? Would you like selective sync? By default, everything is set, or turn that off and go selective sync. Why
Yeah.
couldn't they do both?
Ah, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
have the answer for you.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. I like it how it is on Windows 8 right now.
I thought I did until I really started digging into it, and then I was like, oh, because I really, to be honest with you, I haven't looked at OneDrive in forever, right? I mean, it's on my home server and everything, blah blah blah, and it's doing its thing, but I haven't really looked at it. It was just doing its thing, right? I had no idea it wasn't actually downloading anything to it. So I read about it. I'm like, oh, well, okay. That sounds fine. I guess that's okay. When I need it, it downloads it. Well, that works great in a desktop environment where everything's connected. But yeah, I'm on the road 6 or 7 or 8 weeks out of the year. Can't get on a plane, Alaska Airlines, that doesn't have Wi-Fi, and not, I'm like, all of a sudden you need that file. You're like, oh, that blows. So, anyways, it's yes, you could go in there and do selective sync and do that stuff. Will I? Probably not.
Oh, I do it.
I
It's
don't know.
nice. I like being able to do it.
It's a good argument.
Yeah, it is. I like it. What else do I have here? Oh, last year's CES, Razer showed some smartware. They had a smart band, Razer. We're talking about the like gaming mice people, gaming headphones. I used to even have like a Razer sound card way back in the day.
Yeah, gaming stuff. Kids,
And now
keyboards,
they
mice.
launched an app 2 weeks ago, and we're like, "Where's the band? You got the app?" And then boom, the band is out. But now it's sold out, and so I'm not really sure how cool it is. I haven't talked with anybody who's actually used one, but if you got a Razer, it's Nabu, however you want to pronounce it, please get in contact with me. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to actually get you on smartwareforums.com, but we could also get you on a podcast. We could talk to you almost anywhere on the Geeks Network. So I'd like to dig one of these things out.
The rumor is with that Razer fitness band is that it senses when you're getting tired from gaming and it automatically injects Mountain Dew into your system.
Nice.
That's
Well,
the
then
rumor.
that is worth the $100 when I start. It just, I guess your endorphins or something, some chemical slows
Something.
down and it just injects
Yes. It
Mountain
just
Dew.
injects Mountain Dew and boom, you're back in the
I'm all over
game.
that. I need some Mountain Dew right now. I'm getting tired. We're still on Windows Phone. Uh, Cam Drop for Windows and Windows Phone. Cam Drop. Have you ever heard of Cam Drop?
I have not.
I haven't either. So it's a drop cam client for Windows Phone. So drop cam's pretty big in the automation world, and they haven't had anything for Windows Phone. So Cam Drop, not Drop Cam, is a new app. I suppose it's still out there. I haven't looked at it. I don't like Drop Cam because you got to pay to have your stuff put out there in their cloud. I just don't like that. But maybe it's like the best camera. It's good stuff. I just don't like it. Fitbit is now, you can talk to Fitbit with Cortana. You can do all that kind of good stuff. New Yorkers, your police department is about to be very mobile with Windows Phone. I'll put a link out there for you to take a look at that. I guess the mayor out there is saying, hey, we're going to outfit all of our department, our force, with mobile devices, and Windows is going to be on those mobile devices. So that's kind of cool. My favorite new app for Windows Phone is SmartThings. I run SmartThings at my house. I run the SmartThings hub and have a bunch of Z-Wave stuff running around the house. You go down to my fridge downstairs in my mechanical room. You just open the door, bam, light turns on, and it'll turn the light off when you're done. Also, I have it watching water sensors and all kinds of cool stuff all through the house. It's really kind of cool. And it's finally on Windows Phone. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, home automation, you need to go to homeautomationforums.com, short HAforums.com, and pick that up and get the Windows Phone app. It's really kind of neat. I'm trying to do more and more with my home automation. So, Jim, I'm just like this far from being able to go back on Windows Phone. What I need is the Cloud Player.
Amen, brother.
Amazon Cloud Player, which you've promised me, Amazon, you would get it for Windows Phone. Almost 2 years ago you promised this. And I need a flagship phone. I need a brand new flagship phone that I know is going to be Windows 10 compat in the future.
You think they're holding off for that? They're waiting?
I hope so.
Yeah, you'd have to think.
Or
I think
Windows Phone guys.
it
All
didn't.
you're giving them is the $60 phones.
Right.
Which, granted, that's a great market for Microsoft to target, but
it's actually a great financial play for them to do this, right? There's
need
very little risk
for your geeks.
There's very little risk in cranking out these $60 phones for the low end of the market. They've sold a ton of them. They're not going to get oversupplied. There's a plethora of Android phones coming out. The iPhone just launched this fall that they don't have to compete against. So now wait for the spring or summer, launch some new phones that are Windows 10 compatible, make a big splash with them. Boom. Not bad thinking, Microsoft, if that's truly what indeed they're thinking. So not bad strategy.
With Windows 10. I hope they show it in the spring, and I hope they launch it. I think they need to launch Windows 10 like June-ish. I've
Yeah,
said this
it
before.
drives our enthusiasts crazy, right? That
Yeah.
they would be waiting this long to give flagship phones out. They're just going nuts. They're ready to replace something, and there's nothing out there. The early adopters, there's nothing out there for them to grab right now, and they're just going nuts. But that being said, I think there's a little strategy what they're doing here.
Yep. God, I hope so. They need it. They need
Yeah,
a
by the way,
flagship.
no NDA information that I know of there, so that's
I
not.
don't
I'm
think
not
so.
telling you that's happening.
Yeah, I don't think so. We don't know. We
No,
don't
I
know.
don't know. I've heard nothing on that side.
Okay, I got a good tidbit for you. Surface Pro 3 pen. Can you focus in on that, sir? All right. Get your thumb now and poke it on the tip right here. Squeeze it and pull. You can pull your tip out.
Oh, I did
I
not know
did
that.
not know that. You can pull your tip out. Jim, these things wear down. These tips wear down.
Oh yeah,
Show you this tip.
yeah, very
So
cool.
Surface Pro 3, guys, put your thumbnail on the tip of your pen, pull it out. It has a little line there for you to grab and actually perform this function. And then take a closer look at it. You will notice if you use it, even on the glass, it's getting flat. It's wearing out. If you are a first gen Surface Pro 3 buyer, which I don't know what the gens are, I'm just making that up, but they put a softer tip in those pins. And then people were complaining, hey, my tip's wearing out. So they made it a little harder. So all they had to do is mod that plastic. So here's what you do. You got a soft tip, buddy? You go to Surface Forums. Actually, don't go to Surface Forums. Go to Microsoft.com, go out to Surface, hit the support button, and you'll get a chat window and just ask for some tips. Just ask for some tips. Go into the forums. Look at this. 2 tips on your doorstep. These are the hard tips. They will give these to you. I had trouble getting these all the way from Redmond to here, but I put them in a little, an old medicine bottle that has a child-proof lid, and
Boom.
there's the tips. So if your tips are wearing out, go to the Microsoft support site. You don't have to go into Surface. Just go to the support site. Tell them they're flat. But at least in the meantime, you can have fun pulling it out. Just don't lose it. That's it right there.
It's a great pen.
It's a good pen. It's a
great
good
pen.
tip.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was a good podcast.
Tip for tips.
That's a tip.
I like it. I like
Hey,
it. It's a wrap.
We're podcast. This podcast is a member of thegeeksnetwork.com. Check out thegeeksnetwork.com for more information. Don't forget to buy some ears. Tell your loved one that you need some ears. They're our sponsor for this episode number 79. Head out to surfacegeeks.net/ears to pick up yours. They're only $11.85. Support this show. Support that sponsor. And maybe we'll see some more cool stuff like this in the future. Thanks, Jim.
Dave, great being on. Thanks.
Yeah. For Jim Collison, I'm David McCabe, your host of Surface Geeks. We'll see you in the forums. All righty. Thanks, YouTubers.
Yeah, actually, the crowd showed up right on time.
Yeah.
They're learning your schedule, Dave. They're showing up 15 minutes after the scheduled start.
And we started early.
Well, we got talking about CES behind the scenes, and it ran over a little bit.
That was good fun. The chat was really good. So
I picked up I should have talked about this. I picked up one of those generic $24 for this is a Cable Matters, video. Micro. What do they call it? Micro, and it's got the DVI, HDMI, and VGA all included there. $24. Plugged it in, tested it out at work. All settings works great. This is awesome. Just throw it in my box in my carrying in my neoprene case that we picked up there at Microsoft, which, by the way, has a huge scratch right there where at some point something got a little pressure point on it, and I was so glad I had this between my Surface and whatever was there in my backpack. as opposed to having my Surface. Sarah pulled this out of my backpack as soon as I got home. She's like, "What did you do to your new bag?" And it's, I mean, I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, but it's got scuffed pretty good.
Yeah.
And man, I'm so glad that wasn't my Surface getting scuffed in that way. But that being said, I have used this a couple times on the road already. Plug that right into the Surface. I got to pick up the wireless one for sure. Nothing would be cooler than like when we saw Panos and walking around with the Surface in your hand, just flicking the
Yeah.
slide press.
Yeah, I definitely would like a Miracast. I would love to do that. Even to shoot it behind me and be working on something here.
Yeah.
And being able to show it just, like right there.
Well, the other day we were in a meeting, and we had somebody in remote coming in from our Madison office, and my manager goes over to the whiteboard and starts drawing, and we've got these new cameras that don't swivel all the way around to the whiteboard, so he couldn't see. And for a second, I'm like, oh, I wish I'd brought the Surface. I'd have plugged that in, fired it up, clicked a OneNote, put the adapter in, plugged it into the projector, and then we would have just showed the image on our screen and projected it out to the person on the other end. Boom, problem solved. It's like, oh, it was sitting in my office, and I wasn't about to go, wait a minute, I can fix this.
BRB.
Yeah. Hold on. Actually, and I don't think I had the adapter just yet, so I don't think I could have done it. But that was one of those things where I am looking forward to being in one of those meetings and somebody wants to draw something. I'm like, hey, you want to draw it on the Surface? We can all see it then.
Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very cool.
Wow. See, that's what you get on the YouTubes. That's not on the downloaded MP3 version.
That's right. You got to come to the live show to get the bonus content at the end.
You got to come to the live show. I did an unboxing on Home Server Show's feed. It's called a Charge All. It's a huge mongoose battery.
That's gigantic.
Actually, it's not that bad. I mean, take a look at it. Okay,
Yeah.
here's my 5.5-inch LG G3.
Yeah.
It's just barely bigger than that.
What's the charge number, whatever that 2,000 or 3,000?
2,500 milliampere hours.
Milliamps.
It will 1,200. 12,000. I wonder if I said 1,200 on the podcast.
Wow, 12,000 is a lot. 12,000.
This will do a complete laptop.
Wow.
So I mean,
it has a serious plug in it.
Has a plug on it, Jim. I think I said 1,200.
Yeah, 12,000.
It's 12,000.
Wow.
And it's got a 2.4 amp USB.
Yeah. So that'll charge your phone in about an hour.
Pretty full.
Yeah.
It'll do a phone 5 times. It says.
Yeah.
At
least
5 times.
And with the you said 2.4 is the amps on the USB.
2.4 amps. 5 volts. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 volts. So that'll do a full. Yeah, that'll be. I mean, that would charge a phone pretty fast.
Switch on the AC right there.
Right.
I mean, there's videos showing this running, fans and hair dryers.
What was the retail on it?
Well, this was an Indiegogo.
Okay.
So I got it for I think less than 100.
And
it's on Amazon right now, but it's $199. But I mean, this is a lot of battery right here. This is a lot of battery. This is a dream battery for CES. Mounted to my tripod or my monopod. Remember, I used to mount those little bitty batteries in a bag hanging on my monopod, and I would swap those in and out. And it would take me, it would take me all day, but it was a pain in the butt.
Yeah. I bought this last year. I bought this Power Rocks one, 2,800, I think. No, 9,000. Wow, that's actually a lot. 9,000 milliamp. It's a little power thing. It F's up my Android phone every time I do this. The battery is never right. And I just have had the worst luck. Remember, we did batteries at CES, and that would always just seem to muck up that battery. It would never hold it. After that, it would take me 3 or 4 charges to get that battery working right again. Where it would hold a full charge, or it would last longer than an hour. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I love this thing. This thing, 9,000 milliamps. I mean, it's a little, but I won't put it on my phone anymore. It's just, it's one of those things. It's got the built-in, it's got a built-in micro or mini or whatever we call those things, whatever the one we're
Hmm.
using now is. And it's got a USB end on it as well, and that you can. This is for charging, and then built on the inside is a USB port on the inside. See, I'm covering it with my finger on the inside, but I just haven't had good luck using it on my phone. I don't know if anybody else has had that problem too with batteries in their phone. Using external batteries. God, I came back from where was I? Oh, when I was in Seattle, I was using it on my phone, and I came back and it was just a mess by the time
Really?
I was done. Yeah.
That's odd.
It is odd. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not holding my mouth right.
Yeah, you're definitely not holding your
Because
mouth
it's
right.
a good little. This is a nice little. In fact, I need to charge it right now. But
So
so
the
I just haven't had
on-air
great luck with
box.
batteries.
What is the on-air box?
So they have a new on-air. They have a Kickstarter project where they're selling a or on Kickstarter they're going to do this on-air player, and it's a box. It's a music box. So you
Hmm.
can. If you go out to on-air player to their site, they provide a
I'm
music
looking at
service.
it.
And yeah, so they're going to kick that off. They're going to kick off their Kickstarter project tomorrow night on Home Gadget Geeks. That's their. He waited. He was like, "No, I want to announce it on your show." So we've had Daniel on before, Daniel Volka.
This is
Volka.
$49.
Mm-hmm.
The box?
Kickstarter. Yeah, it'll
Oh,
go
sign me up. So the
right.
Kickstarter is going to start tomorrow.
Kickstarter is going to start tomorrow during Home Gadget
Is
Geeks.
that for the box?
Yeah, I think it. Hold on, let me see if I got a link from him. Hold on.
Is he going to be at CES?
I bet he will be.
All right, take some things
I
down
can
for me.
ask him. I can ask him tomorrow. What do you want
All
me to
right.
ask him? CES.
I want to meet him at CES. So we do some interviews,
Okay.
but I want to meet him,
Mm-hmm.
and not just for work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
to the guy. He's been
Right.
good to you. Um, maybe take him out to lunch or something. But
Yeah.
um, I'll get it if I'm in. Okay, count me in. I'll try it out. I'll buy it. But what I want is here's my conundrum. I used to be an Apple guy, right? So I have an Airport Express hooked up to my home audio system. So my wife still has the iPhone. I still have the iPad. I can bring up music on an iDevice and I can push it to the Airport Express and push it. It goes all over my house instantly. I can make that move in 2 or 3 clicks with an iDevice. I want to do that with every device. Every device.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this box is what allows me to do that. Now, the big thing with Android, I want to do it with the music that's on my phone, but I want to do it with the music that's on Spotify, that's on Amazon Cloud Player, and maybe it's his app. Maybe I need to upload to him and
Yeah.
do it with him. I'm cool with that. I have so much invested in Amazon Cloud right now.
So here's his description: a small and cheap little box that can connect users to their old stereo or TV to stream music to it via an AirPlayer. It will also allow users to connect external storage devices, hard drives, USB sticks, SD cards with music on it, and then act as an always-on music server. That way, users who don't need to leave the computer at home and still have all their music. Remember this guy. They're trying on-air players. Whole mission in life is you don't have to move music around. So you install their software on whatever device you have.
Hmm.
It finds the music and then just makes it, as long as that device is on, it just makes that music available on any other device that you have running that, doing it. So that's its sole purpose, is to kind of federate your music, so to speak, so you don't have to you don't have to be moving music around all the time and stuff. So Schoonover gave it a good run over when we had them on the show last spring or so, and we talked about his service. Just a couple guys in San Francisco. I think they have 6 working on this thing, 6 people working on this little startup. And Home Gadget Geeks has kind of been the friend of startups. That's kind of, I turned that show into this
Hmm.
every once in a while, maybe every fourth show, we interview a startup of some kind, and so we're going to have Daniel back on. He's coming in from Taiwan, which will be pretty cool. So he's coming in to announce it and announce the Kickstarter. So be interesting to see. Just get the details on it as well. I'll ask him those questions. I'll try and hook him
Well,
up.
I
It's
already
going to be at
won it.
CES.
I already won it because it has a Windows app.
Mm-hmm.
So take that question down. And my Android question with, I have music on Amazon Cloud and I really want to push it around, but I don't know how to. I can't push it to anything. Nothing works for me. But that's exactly what I do with the Airport Express. Is I hook it to an old stereo, and that old stereo happens to be my whole home audio.
Yeah.
I can go into 6 different rooms and turn that thing up, and it's great. We love it. We jam Christmas music all the time. It's when this is the season where we really use it.
Yeah.
So I want that. And then secondly, I told you about I have a Windows app that I can push to Airport Express. They make a Windows app. It's $20. Rogue Amoeba does that, and it works really good. But if the Windows screen is going to turn off and the music's going to stop, why would I use that app? Now, I wonder if their app is different.
Now we'll ask them. What are you doing tomorrow night at 8:00? You want to join me?
Oh, if I podcast, my wife will shoot me. I would love to join you.
Jump in on the chat and put your earbuds in, and you can just listen and ask questions via the chat.
Love to join.
Yeah.
That might not be Oh, I got Cub Scouts too.
Oh, okay. So you're out. We'll get some of those questions in tomorrow.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Those are listener questions.
Amazon Cloud, meeting at CES. Amazon Cloud. What was the other one?
From Amazon Cloud for my Android.
Right.
Screen blank. Music stop. Windows. Your app. I'm ready to hit the install button. I will buy it now. I will be there. I'm your first Kickstarter.
Okay.
So I'm going to be refreshing their page tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow after 8.
That box. Just to prove to you that I buy boxes, Jim. Look at this.
Yeah, I know you got a bunch.
That's the Google Player. That's the $99 Google Player. I've got every box imaginable. You know which one I want now? I really want an Echo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you signed up, right? You signed up to maybe get an opportunity to buy one?
Please. Just sell me an Echo. I'm actually one who... I want it.
Yeah.
I want this device in my house. I'm not going to review it and slam it like everybody.
Well, Mike Howard's coming on, so we're going to have Daniel on the show for the first 20, 25, 30 minutes talking about this Kickstarter, and then we're going to let him go. And then I have Mike Howard and Tim Kemperly coming on talking about photography, Christmas purchasing. What's hot, what's not, what do you need to buy your photographer friend for Christmas. And then next week I've got some athletes coming on to talk about some of the fitness gear, some of the Fitbit band, Jawbone, some of those devices. So we got some of that. I would say going on.
A remote clicker, remote shutter device. That would be my advice for the photo bugs. I think that's a cool little thing. Just
remote shutter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little like this, like a button like this.
Yep. Just shoot your camera. I've got one. I've got a Bluetooth one for my iPad. So what I was going to do at CES is I've got my lavalier mic. I've got the light on the rig, and I can just hit the button, and I can be standing there with the mic and just saying, "Hey, this is Dave at CES," and it just records. I don't have that awkward fumble, and then the mic, the camera swivels, and then you got some face looking as it's on. Hey, I'm at CES, It's just that click, bam. It's an all-in-one show. So that was my goal, Jim.
Yeah.
All-in-one goal.
All right, I got your questions. We'll ask these of Daniel tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, at theaverageguy.tv/live.
9 Eastern. I'll at least log on and try to find you guys, and
Yeah, if you can jump in, it'd be
I'll be
great.
your first Kickstarter.
Well, and I'll try and yeah, I'll try and hook him up with you at CES as well.
Yeah, tell him he's got to be going, right? He's got to be going.
Oh, you would think so.
Android, PC, Mac, Linux.
The only thing it doesn't run on is an iPhone.
What? There's no iOS on this thing?
There's no iPhone. Yeah.
Well, he needs to get that done.
Yeah. Do you support the iPhone? Sorry, not yet. Do you support the
Web
iPad?
player.
Yes, we do.
I like the web player idea.
Well, they can on the iPad. They use the web app
Yeah.
optimized for tablets. It's interesting. He's got some good stuff going on there. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. What's going on. I love these scrappy small startups.
Yeah.
I love these guys. They're just doing some great stuff. They're so limited in what they can do, and they're just staying up all hours of the night to get stuff done. It's kind of cool. That's Home Gadget Geeks has kind of become the friend of the startup.
On-air music box. I want that. I don't want it. I don't want the video. I don't need the video stuff. Actually don't want to see it. I just want to be able to start playing my music and push stream. Bam! It would go to the box, and the box would have a 1/8 inch output to send it out to my home.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are doing Sonos and stuff, and yeah, this is $50 to replace that. And I just go over. I have, we have volume knobs all over the house. Zones. I want this already.
Cool. Well,
All right.
We'll get it launched tomorrow night.
Okay, YouTubers, that's been the post show. Sorry it's been so long, but hey, you get all kinds of good information. You definitely want to tune into Home Server Show next week, homeservershow.com. Turn into Jim's show, theaverageguy.tv, tomorrow night. That'll be streaming live. Home Gadget Geeks. A part of the Geeks Network. Good night, YouTube.